All right, we are live now as we're talking to you. All right, today is a third day of the sequence of out of the fourth day. We are using this particular week as a themed week, and for this theme week, our topic is called as green living. Why this topic, and what are we going to do, and how this particular topic is helpful for you? If you're watching this for the first time in YouTube, then let me tell you, this is not a learning activity. This is not an entertaining activity. This, what you're looking at this or watching this right now on the screen with the other people who are here, this is a doing activity and a practicing activity. Let me tell you, practices are always going to be horrible, untidy, ugly, and it is not going to be fully corrected. Why I'm sharing you this? Um, just to give you something about my life. In my life, there is somebody very close. She is a singer. Everyone looks at the final output, but I look at all the practice. Practice is horrible. Practice is boring. Practically, the practice entirely is something that you don't like to watch. It is like behind the scene. If you guys have seen acting and many other things, people take I don't know how many takes, how many repetitions, and then they give that one final shot. Yes or no? And that's how the movie is done, right? It is the final of so many practices. Similarly, this entire session, what we are doing is a practice session. You might not see the final version here, but each and every participant here is moving at least one step closer to their destiny and the goal that they have identified. They said, how do you climb a mountain? The answer is step by step. So today, as we are doing this session, we are on a themed session. Just to give an idea, this particular session is called as the dumb mastery. Out of dumb mastery, we have got 9 different dimensions. Might be some other time I can talk about that, discuss the 9 different dimensions. Here in the next 10 minutes, what we are going to do is the dimension which we call it as idea mastery. Anytime, whenever you are stuck, whenever you are probably at a dead end, the answer is always about your ignorance or lack of curiosity or probably the lack of ideas. So how do you generate infinite amount of ideas continuously throughout your day, night, every goddamn time? So this is called as the flow state or the awakened state. For this, there are a lot of meditations and many other stuff that people have been doing so in probably thousands of years back. What I have devised is a very simple protocol. Here, I don't use any kind of breathing technique or manifestation, affirmation, or yogic practices or any kind of complicated things, rather than using a very, very simple, easy to do that even a child who has just learned how to speak, he can also do. And even a person who is around 80 to 90 years old, you know, looking for a new rebirth can also be a participant. Who can get benefit out of this? I think anyone in this world who wants to live in a better way, they all need better ideas. Better ideas comes from 3 to 4 aspects of human attributes. The first attribute is how fast you can go back to your internal search. Internal search is divided into multiple things. Maybe one other day I can talk about how much you can go dive into your old research and old memory. This is a very, very uh, powerful thing, which unfortunately present day generations are slowly getting devoid of because of AI, softwares, new technology, and many others, gadgets, and many other things. The faster you can go back to your memory and use those kind of logic and compile certain things, the faster your brain becomes activated. The second thing is using your logic. When you start doing comparative calculations and systematic analytics inside your brain, you will be able to see there are many other things which comes up. Now, if I tell you that imagine there are 2 boxes, one box is small and one box is big. Now you have to let me know how many of you guys are able to see the big box on the right hand side. Hello. Okay. How many of you guys are seeing the big box on the left hand side? Right. If I ask you to imagine 2 boxes, one is a small box, one is a big box. Where is the big box? Left hand side or right hand side compared to the other box?
Right.
Right. So, are you able to see that our brain, you can actually predict what it will think? If I tell you, just keep the big box on the left hand side and keep the small box in the center and leave some space on the right hand side so that you can fit in another big box. Now your brain starts to give different sizing based on my command. Are you guys able to see that? Okay, just imagine if I can do that in your life, in your business, in your spirituality, in your relationship. I can create all these things. And this is just an idea that is giving you a different kind of comparative compilations. Technically, there is no box. Technically, there is nothing. It's called Maya, right? How you can create Maya. That is called advertising, media, and many other things, which people have fancy names here. But this has been discovered long, long, long times ago. So before God came, Maya came to earth. Hello? Yes or no? Right? It's a very powerful thing. So how do you do that? God means your generative ideas and the ideas to do optimized, optimal solutions. And the last thing is to deploy and deliver results. So coming to this point, when your mind becomes something that can create new ideas, and for making it work in a process, again, you need to visually see certain things before you can write down and pen down a process. Yes or no? Everything has to be visually been seen. And for that, you again need an idea to see where it is fitting. Now, let's say there are three sizes of box and you are supposed to put each one inside them. So always remember the smaller, then the middle one, and the bigger one will go in a sequence. Yes or no? Or if you're covering it up, the big one will cover the middle one will cover the small one. So now your mind is technically and logically putting certain things into place. That is the operational structures, which will come first, which will go second. It is almost in nanosecond, probably it is processing a prioritizations. Are you guys able to see this? A prioritizations. Which one has to be the priority? The last one of idea mastery is how frequently you can do this. People like Tesla, Einstein, and all these fellows, they were able to do this to a percentage which is almost like 8 to 9% of their human brain capacity. Our ancient, saints in India, they were able to do it much more. They were able to use, they were able to do a lot of things which probably we can't even imagine right now. That's why it looks like magical. Now, in this idea mastery, we are completely concentrating ourselves into only business. What if we can use this kind of science of ancient India and utilize into the business, creating new? So, business every day is a new idea, yes or no? First of all, what business to start? It is a new idea. With whom I should do the business, double new idea. What I should talk, new idea. How to market, how to systematize, how do I get the raw material, how do I compile all these things, how do I give a product packaging system, how do I promote it. Hello, how many of you guys are able to see? We are using the same technology in our business. So today, I would like to use this when we give you a topic. The topic that we are practicing is called as green living. And on Monday, which we call it as the ideation day, we randomly ask you with the topic, like what all things you can do with the 10 ideas. So we give you the topic called as list 10 eco-friendly lifestyle changes. And people came out with fancy things, a lot of things. So that is called ideation. On Tuesday, what we did is we call it as the evaluation or prioritizations. So out of that, I asked you to select any one of those lifestyles. That can be anything. That can be giving up plastics. Yeah. Yeah. Someone talked about mud house. Anything that is all possible. So select any one and now put a purpose to it. Here you go into the next level, which is called as the evaluation. So here the idea meets the purpose. It becomes more stronger. It has a direction. It has a new tensile strength, and now it has that energy to get into the next third level. The third level is called as materialization or actualization, which is happening today. And then the fourth thing is going to be monetization, how you can make money out of the same idea. So that we'll do tomorrow. So today, what we are going to do is, before the idea takes a solution shape, it has to be a product shape. And before the product shape, it has to be a blueprint step. So today, you can use the same idea mastery link. The link has been given to you guys here. So once you are in this particular link, you will be taken to a page which typically looks like this. And here, After you have put your name, email ID, phone number. By the way, this entire session is GDPR enabled. That means Global Data Protection Rights Law is what we are supporting. Your name, email ID, phone number will not be visible at any point of time to anywhere. And just if you're thinking, who am I? Please Google it out or probably connect with me. My name is Dr. Amit. And this is something that I'm doing from past, I think, coach more than 4,000 days, right? Which has been recorded. And I've been practicing this art probably, I don't know, maybe around 15, 20 years plus. So now, in today's session, what we are going to learn is called as the materializations. Okay, so you have to write down only one idea of your green living. Let's say, for example, this is what you guys have written in the past thing. Okay, in the past, this is what you have written. So eco-friendly lifestyle, you have given non-recyclable, biodegradable things, solar, paper consumption, less paper consumption, more of planting trees, bamboo houses, so many things, non-biodegradable. Write down any one of them, okay? Whatever you have designed, write down any one of them, okay? So eco-friendly using biodegradable bags, whatever, green leaf plastics, mud house, okay? So once you have written, so for example, I'm using some biodegradable pens, okay, or stationaries, okay? Let's say I'm using this. So how is it going to work out? So this is what you are going to do is once you have written here, you have to give me an idea of how you can materialize this, how you can concretize this. Okay, how you can concretize this. For example, if I need to work with recyclable papers, the first thing is I need to find the source of the paper. Second, I have to find out what are the kind of treatment I have to do with the paper. Then whatever comes out after the treatment, how do I convert it into a pen or a kind of a thing or a plate? How many of you guys have seen the recyclable plates? Have you seen the recyclable throwaway plates, paper plates, right? So what kind of machines I have to go, where I can put all these things. So these are the things. Okay, I want you to just write down the pointers in the form that I've given it to you. Go ahead. Okay, it takes some probably around 2 minutes time. Okay, don't write long sentences. Just tell me how are you going to materialize this? You have an idea? Okay, definitely someone said mud house. I'm not sure mud house is possible or not, but eco-friendly house is possible. Possible. So how do you do that? Work it out. Okay, work it out. Use your own plans. I will show you at the end. First to attempt it. First to do the hard way. I will show you the smart way. Okay, take 2 minutes. As I'm talking to you, what is happening right now is called as positive noise. So your mind is working, and I'm continuously talking also. So your mind is getting disturbed and distracted by my sounds and whatever I'm telling you. I'll be definitely telling you something very powerful and important as well, where your mind will always be greedy in learning about the new things. But unfortunately, you've got only 2 minutes time. You have to finish this task as well. So how you can actually deviate your mind to your known things, it is always very tough because focus is 95 to 99% of subtraction. Anything that is subtracted, minus, taken away from you is painful, is very, very painful. That's why focusing I call it as, a gentleman's work now. It is no longer an ordinary man can do. You cannot afford focusing. It is a big, big, big task. So as you are doing this, let me also tell you that for me, okay, let's say if I need to do some biodegradable stuff, okay. So I recently purchased something which is, uh, a wooden pen. This is a wooden pen. I don't know if you can see this. This is a wooden pen. Okay. So this particular wood is a refurbished wood. So if I need to make this pen, if I need to promote this kind of pen, I would rather see like 5, 10 points, like from where I can get the raw materials. So the raw materials, according to me, I can get it from all the places where there are real estate interior work is getting on. Okay, in that place you'll get a lot of such kind of wood dust or any kind of wood factories. Number two, I know what kind of processing has to be done. So I need to find out the processing stuff. Third thing, how do I craft it back into a shape? Fourth thing, how do I market this? Fifth thing, how do I package this? How do I advertise this? Right? So there is a process to it. I want you to give your process to this. Okay. Give this guy a life. Give this guy a new dimension of thinking. Go. Okay, what are things you can do? So there are a lot of people are there doing some recyclable stuff. Some people are doing some organic stuff. Okay, uh, one of the things that I was a part of, it is a small campaign where we used, um, bamboos to create stirrers for coffee, tea, and all these things. So earlier we had got plastic pipes. Now we have got this small bamboo sticks, which you can use it in juice, coffee, and all those things where you can stir something. This was also used for hotels, bars, wherever the liquors are sold. If you need to mix anything, they use nowadays these bamboo sticks out there. Okay, so how to market and positioning that? So I can use the same stick for probably using some grill items. Might be anything to bake or anything to grill. You can use that. Kebabs, okay, veg kebabs and so non-veg kebabs. You can create those kind of things. I can use the same thing as chopsticks. It is just a piece of bamboos. Okay, what are the multiple repurposing I can do? How do I market this? How do I package this? What are the kind of shapes are there? How big is in the industry? It will be consumed. I'll be looking into all those things. It's a huge industry, and whom I can take support from. These are the first blueprint that you need to make a note. Just make a note. You don't have to answer it. Probably you can just put the numbers, even if it is wrong, even if it is not properly put into a priority one, two, three. It is okay because you are doing something, doing and writing it down. They said writing is the doing of thinking. I repeat, writing is the doing of thinking. When you write, you are doing the first step of doing. You have a blueprint, you have something tangible in your head. All right, so time's up. Please press the buttons. Okay, please press whatever you have done. Good, bad, wrong, chalega. Everything is allowed today. Okay, go. Just participate. It is okay. Just participate. Okay. So I have the first person who talks about a plastic-free routine. So he says I can carry a cotton jute bag. Okay. Plastic-free routine. Okay. Uh, Cotton jute bag, metal utensils, biodegradable replacement of plastic pens, toothbrush, non-plastic vehicles, wooden toys, use of plastic bottles. Okay, good. So I'd like to tell you, the moment I learned this, my entire dimension changed. Okay, how many of you guys have heard of this? Um, Stop listening to loud music, stop using screen for a longer duration, stop smoking, stop taking drugs, and stop using plastic bottles. Yes or no? Stop breaking traffic rules. See, this is the problem. When you tell others stop doing it, they will not listen to you unless and until that habit is interrupted with something better habit. Did you get my point? The habit has to be stopped with a better habit. Now, when you say somebody stop smoking, then you have to give him something better than the smoking. Yes or no? Right. If you take something from him, always remember addition is easy, subtraction is hard. So when you say stop using plastic bottle, then you have to give an alternative. Today there is a company called as Mr. I don't know something Mr. Copper or Mr. Copper bottle something. They use copper bottles. Have you seen those copper flasks nowadays? It is a trend now. So, but the problem is plastic has got certain advantages. It is cheap. It is easy to, crush. It does not need maintenance. But the copper thing, if you don't wash it with every second day, then it will become different color. Yes or no? Then it will have a different kind of a coating and all those things. Even the copper is great for health. So there are pros and cons. So similarly, people smoke because of not the intoxication. Many times people smoke just because they are bored. They need a 5 minutes gap. And that's why they don't mind spending 10, 20, 30 rupees for that 5 minutes. Easy, affordable, time consuming, and they have a target now. This much has to be done. Yes or no? They have a target, right? Sometimes people don't smoke. They don't smoke just because the kick. They just smoke because they have to kill that time. And I think that's the same reason the cigarette length is designed in such a way that it will work for only around 3 to 4 minutes. Yes or no? Yeah. So there are many science that goes behind the scene. Anyways, so we have got more results coming up now. Okay, let me just read out a few. All right. So great. So people have participated. Awesome. Nice. So look, yeah, eco-friendly lifestyle plan, recycle plastic bottles, define collecting process. Let me tell you, if you are able to recycle plastic bottles, this is a huge business again. Yeah. Install shredder, break it down, find a market for the shredding plastic, earn this. So I don't know who is this. Please connect with me. I have an entire process ready with me. Okay. The price of this entire machine, and I can also help you to market and all these things. The person who is doing it is one of our mentees itself. He's the guy who has closed more than 10 crore deals in one sittings. Okay. And I'm happy that I'm associated with him. He's also working very closely with me. So the price of this is around 10 lakhs. If you want to start your company tomorrow morning, everything is ready. You just pay the money and start it. How do you get the money? Even I can tell you, you can start a business without any money of your own. Yeah. So I remember, uh, okay, I don't know who is playing back. Okay. So I remember there are a lot of schemes are there from Government of India for young, fresh companies, which call it as a startup and many other things. And typically for people who are women entrepreneurs, you have a lot of schemes. Many times you do not know what are the existing things that the Government of India has for us. So there are so many things are there, like Pradhan Mantri, Gramin Vikas Yojana, and many other such kind of yojanas are there. Okay. There are a lot of funds are there. So they can give you funds from 2 lakhs to 10 lakhs without any collateral. Yes, it is possible. And you will be automatically taken under the SME. Okay. SME group also, the small and medium enterprises. So how many of you guys are finding this powerful? Okay. These are already there. And how to apply for that? How do you do this? I think in Karnataka, I was one of the fastest one. I got this entire loan in less than 24 hours. I think that is in history because I think all documents and everything, I knew the process, I knew the bank, I knew how to do this. So I think knowledge is, and knowledge is not the only power. I think implementation is the real power. So how do you implement this? Now, look here, this person, you can technically start a company tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, you can technically start a company. Okay. So in my consulting, I help people to give such kind of differentiated ideas, which are typically not listed in probably any of the books. What I do is because I use my experiential learning. So how to connect with somebody who is ready to give you a land? Yeah. How to connect with somebody who are ready to give you a kind of a capital or a power? How to connect with the bank to give you a loan? How do you connect with the marketing systems? How do you get your clients before you start your company? Hello, how many of you guys are able to see this? Most of the companies, they make this big foolish thing is they first create the product, then they create the packaging, then they market. Okay, what I do is I first get the client and I then decide what to do. Poor people first do the hard work, then get the payment. Smart people, what they do is they get the payment and then they decide what to do. For this person, he is into biodegradable. He said, convert the vegetable waste as manure. Awesome. Yeah. There is something called as vermicomposting or vermiculture. So how do you produce all these things like composting and all? Then there is something called as mushroom cultivation systems. Then there are so many things are there. Vermicomposting and vermiculture, you can do everything. You can sell the earthworms also. You can sell the compost also. Today, for probably a good compost for 1 kg, it can go to almost like 500 to 600 rupees as well. It is a kind of a very, very powerful ingredient for plant growth. Uh, yeah, so these are very powerful stuff. Okay, so how can you do all those things? Okay, how can you do vermicomposting? How can you collect the vegetables? So you can put an entire pipeline into this. How to use vegetable waste in society as a compost? Okay, so there are societies right now which are called as mega structured societies. People with more than around 3,000, 5,000, 7,000 apartments are there in one society. Just imagine the amount of organic waste that you can collect from there and what you can do with that. Are you guys getting this? It's so huge. Create a vegetable gardening using the manure. Yes, of course. Today, there is something called as vertical gardening, terrace gardening, kitchen gardening, and so many different people love to do all these things, but they don't have a space right now of their own. So what they do is whatever the little space they have, they start doing in their pots and pans. So it's another a big, 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 huge market. When you look at that. So maybe I can talk about tomorrow about how we created money from nothing just by using some biodegradable elements. Okay. All right. So the next thing is change the plant so that the nitrogen in the soil is replaced. Now you're giving a reason. I don't need a reason. You need to give me a structure. So use of vegetables in creating pickles. So now what you're doing is you are creating all these things, recycling all the points, and with that manure you are again creating the vegetables, farm, garden, kitchen vegetables, and many other things. Dehydrate and increase the life of vegetables. So look, this person has given 10 answers, whatever, good, bad, ugly, but at least he has participated. His mind, if I can give another 10 minutes, he will be in a different dimension. This is called as flow state. How many of you guys are able to see right now with this thing? You are getting an instant result. Hello? Are you able to see this? Instant result, right? Renewable solar energy. Partner with solar energy providers. Identify the target market like agriculture and rural areas. Collaborate with government and NGOs. These are big, big things. Okay? But solar, you can start in a very simple way. Solar projects can be done if you can collect some around 70 to 80 or 100 CD, old waste CDs if you can collect, and if you can collect some copperware, and if you have some, a glue or a paint, you can start your first solar projects where at least you will have a bulb going on entire, entire for more than 2 days of amount of energy that you can collect. And yes, you also need a battery to store the energy as well. Okay, it is all possible. So how can you do a small level solar project to a mega solar plant? How can you use people's rooftops and people's resources out there, other people's resources, which you call it as, and to create a business out of it? So good. I think a lot of people have given some new ideas. Eco-friendly, but I think everyone is talking about biodegradable. So collecting raw materials, processing with biodegradable things, making biodegradable bags and materials, designing bags. Okay, good, fantastic. So you have got biodegradable bags, you have got biodegradable manure, yeah, manure, organic manure. Someone is talking about recycling plastics. I think you guys have only seen one dimension. This is a huge topic. It's a huge topic. When I talk about green living, there may be many other things, many stuff. Okay, there is a new culture. I have already told you yesterday that the culture is changing, the economy is changing, the way of people behaving is also changing. There are adoption to many things. There are adoptions to so many different kind of parameters now. There are a lot of NGOs has came up in the last few years. People are willingly there to donate certain things. I have seen this when there was Kashmir flood. People started donating whatever they had. Yes or no? So this donating things, doing something for charity, good cause, noble cause is always there. So I think you guys have done a fantastic job today. Big round of applause to all of you guys. Now, how many of you guys were able to see that you have got some kind of process aligned? Arre, kuch bhi hai chalega. It is something, right? Hello? At least something you have done. What if I can give you a structure? What if I can give you a handholding? What if I can tell you, hey, this is the guy who will do that? What if everything can be a proper structure? You can typically start a company every week. That means a person, if he's doing it judiciously, so you will be able to see that I can give you an entire blueprint of a company every week. 50 plus companies can be established in less than 1 year. Now, when you have more companies inside India and we are making inside India and we are supporting this cause of Make in India, actual Make in India, we have more entrepreneurs here. You are providing more jobs. You are providing more systematic ways of taking away people's pain and problems. So this is the best spirituality according to me. Yes or no? When you are giving life to somebody who is ignorant. So how do you create that harmony? How do you create your companies? So for that, if you are somebody who wants to you want to learn about that, please book a consulting with me. My email ID is office@dramitnath.in. You can send a message with your stuff, and probably we can look into a consulting. Uh, if it is something that is fitting in, I'll definitely help you out. If it is not, I'll guide you where you can do this. So whether it is you want to start your company, where do you get your licenses? What are the kind of different dimensions of research, admin, HR, marketing, operations, and different kind of sales, and how do you take care of people and company culture and all those things. I think these are all other side of the game that we can work out beyond the systems. Now, what I would like you guys to request, I would like to request you is Write down your names and let me know how was today's session for you. What was that one thing that gave you a new spark? What was the thing that you felt, oh, I should have done in this way? And what was those things that you found, okay, this is something that is changing my way of thinking? Go down. Okay. Type in your names quickly and participate in this exercise. Even that is also an exercise. The way you communicate, I'm giving you a free stage. In this stage, there is no blaming, no shaming, no complaints and no comparison, right? So with that, we'll open the session for around 2, 3 people. Write down your names quickly, okay? And then accordingly, we will process. So people who are watching this on YouTube, you want to be a part of this morning rituals. We just imagine every day, half an hour, if you devote this time here, what happens? Just half an hour. Your mind will work in a different dimensions. You will be able to see the like-minded people are working along with you. You are no longer alone. So this entire movement, we are going to take it in a bigger way from next month, where you will be able to see that many people are joining in and they're learning these new dimensions, at least from employees to employers. We can we make this? Because we already have a lot of people. So the employers right now are a zero man, employment we can work also. That means one person with a technology and a software can run the entire company. With that, I pass the mic back to the first participants. Please go ahead.
Dada, good morning everybody. Recycling is always close to my heart. I will clean this up. What lives here, maybe. So plastic has always been a big issue. I'm always thinking how we can come over it. So shredder and all that was my idea, like it. But we are working on that as an association also. How we can install a shredder, how we can get the funds for that. And so today you told like we have lots of options for that can be
Yeah,
explored now. Thank you so
great.
much.
Yeah. So I think, when I was in college, I joined one mission. It is, it was called as Eco Drive, and that was initiated by Professor Keshav Murthy, and he was also one of my principals of the college. He initiated this where the young people were taken to different kind of locations, which were the tourist spots, and we were spending at least a couple of hours cleaning up that area with the plastic and garbages or whatever is been taken there, and we'll be collecting it and giving it to the municipality corporation in that place or whichever is the government body there, and we'll be requesting them to use use their powers to make it as a plastic free zone. So I do not know how many, but with that time, probably with the little bit of powers that we had, with hardly around 20 people, we had in Karnataka, we technically had made around 4 to 5 zones in 1 year as plastic free zones. And I think that is a great achievement for us. So I think these are some movements which goes unnoticed, unpaid, but it's of a great, amazing charity, amazing spirituality. Yes or no? Yeah, you can do that same thing. All right, the next person, please.
Good morning, Dada. Uh, as you said that we are thinking in one dimension. Uh, आपके साथ बात करके सर नया डायमेंशन ओपन हुआ. इस सिर्फ आइडिएशन करने से कुछ नहीं होगा, इसका इम्प्लीमेंटेशन बहुत जरूरी है. दैट वाज द बेस्ट थिंग आई थॉट आई लर्न. बस एक ही डायरेक्शन में सोचता था जी.
Great, awesome, nice. Okay, so again, I'm telling you. So let's say Path is from extreme north, where let's say if we can create a kind of a drive, and it creates probably school excursions or just a tourist excursions, an activity where they spend 1 hour to 2 hour collecting all the plastic-oriented garbages, and if he collects it, Parth, let me tell you, these plastic bottles are sold at a very high rate nowadays. Do you know that? Okay. And probably you can connect somebody from our internal team itself who can teach you about how to logistically, pack this out and give it to them and get your money as well. That money you can use it for reforestation. That money you can use it for something better pent. That money you can use it for helping those people who are underprivileged, because in hilly areas there are hardly any options for them to grow. Probably you can use them for their education. Many other things can be done. And these movements are now highly seen. Many corporates, they have a fund which is called a CSR fund. So they can actually look into funding such kind of movements. And now, in less than 24 hours, you can become an NGO. You can do another business out there. Good. It's a new dimension of thinking. So let's look at the next person and we'll stop with him. Go ahead, buddy.
Thanks for today's session, Dada. So there are a lot of ideas, which pop up in all of our sessions, right? And when it comes to implementing, it looks like it all boils down to search, communicate, and close. Nothing more than that.
Awesome. Good. So here is
Thanks.
one thing I would like to tell you. When you wake up in the morning, what drives you crazy? Is it the social media, someone dancing out there and just some other nonsenses? Or you are collectively sitting down here and you are doing something called as progressively identifying certain problems and you are trying to solve it together. So alone, if I put some ideas, I might get some 5, 6 ideas. But when I'm sitting with probably people like you guys, your ideas will flow like anything. Yes or no? So this is a place where you are not only just curating ideas, but you are also taking care of certain things. You are taking responsibility. You are taking ownership of new ideations and new pains and other potential threats that can actually hamper our life and our earth. So I think every business is a disguised solution. Every business has been designed to take people's pain and problems into a much more better way to make their life much more peaceful and convenient. So with that kind of a harmony, I would like you guys to take all the strengths, go down and take to this all the challenges. The more you love other people's pain, the more you will find the opportunities to serve them. The more you find opportunity to serve them, your ideas are also going to give you new generative ideas and processes to make it much more efficient, profound, and powerful. With that, when you start serving them, the things that comes back to you is a lot of love, respect, relief, and it will be in the form of different gratitude. Maybe money is also one of them. So thank you so much for this fantastic session. I'll stop the recording here. If you guys are interested to joining in this entire Dub Mastery, this is only one part of the 9 different dimensions. Just imagine when you wake up every day at this time, it is automatically taking care of your health. When you start drinking water and many other things. So we can talk about many things. My name is Dr. Amit. Please write to office@dramitnath.in or type it in the comment section on the YouTube, wherever you guys are there. Definitely within less than 24 hours to 30 hours, we will be able to reply back to you. So I'll pause my questions today here and I will see you tomorrow again. So tomorrow we are going to look at the same idea, the same topic, and we will look into the monetization aspect. How can you make money? See, there are many people who can tell you how to make money out of money. That is easy. But money out of nothing needs a brain, needs your guts, needs your hands, heart, and head. Yes or no? Hands, heart, and head. When it puts this triangle, only then some amazing thing happens. Triangle is the most stable circle ever possible in this earth. That's why you have all the pyramids. So with that, I'll pause today's session here. Thank you so much giving us the time, allowing us to serve you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thanks, Dada. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
Fine.